Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ass Blaster podcast. I am your host, Milo DeFrisco.
And I am the co-host, Josue Mendoza. We've got a guest today. Who are you?
Isabella Kochi.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah, tell us a bit about yourself.
I want to die.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're good. Yeah, you can put something in post.
Listen, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Put a little
jingle.
Put a little Tyrannosaurus Rex with the wings that those like Koopa Troopas have. You know?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. Future Josue, did you do it? Great. All right. So, what do you want to talk about? What's our first? Oh, also, sorry, totally forgot to mention we have someone sitting in today, but we don't have good mic stuff, so they're not going to be talking much. But they're there. Say hi really loud.
Hello, mate.
Wonderful. So, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Oh, fuck. I actually had something. I just forgot.
I should say right off the bat that we were talking about this right before recording. On our Twitter, in the description, it says, thank you to our wonderful sponsors at the DSA, which listeners will know stands for Dick Suckers Anonymous. But, but other people don't. So if you Google DSA, what comes up is the Democratic Socialists of America. So I'd just like to say that we are not at all related or intertwined with the Democratic Socialists of America.
Unless they want to be.
I don't think.
Can we vote on this? Is this a democratic process deciding if we want the Democratic Socialists of America?
If the Democratic Socialists of America come forth and are like, yo, we totally support you guys. I wanna, be like, yeah, sure, you guys are totally involved in this now. But they would be considered a separate sponsor from Dick Suckers Anonymous. We would have DSA.
So DSA, comma, and DSA.
DSA 2.0.
DSA 2.0.
I really doubt they're gonna come and say, hey.
Hey, you never know. You know what? You never know. Nature's beautiful. Nature's crazy.
We're all socialists here, right?
Yeah, dude. Communism.
100%.
I dig it.
I dig it, as in the manual labor we would all have to do in order to support the communist society.
I'm down with the Red Scare, yo.
Wow.
Should it be called the Red Scare? I don't know if that's applicable if you're saying you're down with it. It's probably got to be a new hip name for a communistic spread.
The red pneumonia or some shit.
Red pneumonia, like a fucking disease?
Yeah.
You gotta put a positive spin on communism, dude. How do you think... Dude, you're never gonna get good publicity that way. You think people are gonna be down with the red pneumonia?
Yeah.
Dude, what are you talking about? People are down with the sickness.
I was hoping you'd make
That was a really bad joke.
It's okay, it's okay. How about the, I don't know.
Did you just say wow?
Yeah.
How about the Make It Red movement?
Make it right.
But
what are you
that
talking about?
Make it
sounds
red.
like
Communism.
that sounds like those first aid things.
Make a difference. Make it red.
Donate today to Make It Red.
Wonderful. So that's great.
But it sounds like, the Red Cross. That's exactly what it sounds like. And you're going to make it sound hella serious.
Sounds like
Make
some
it
Twitter
red.
hashtag that just will go around for like
You know
a week
what?
and disappears.
Okay, here's something interesting. I put out a tweet on our Twitter about...
Put out multiple.
Wow.
Wow.
But I put out a tweet recently, and it said, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and something Kwanzaa. And then I put a bunch of hashtags in there. And a bunch of people liked the post, including you, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and you know who else liked the post?
Wait, don't tell me. Hold on. No, just don't tell me. I wasn't gonna guess.
Shut up. I believe they're the realistic Judaists.
Oh.
I was curious because I wasn't familiar with that term. I looked at their Twitter. Uh-huh. Their image is the Star of David with the Nazi symbol in the middle.
Oh no!
So that was offsetting. That was interesting. Then I scrolled down and looked at their Twitter feed. Some of the stuff was like, spread the movement, general stuff. And then I was looking at this during school hours because I was just monitoring the Twitter stuff like I usually do when I don't have work to do, and I was just scrolling down and I saw, hey, look at these. They are titty selfies where the nipple's covered up by a heart shape that people are making with their fingers.
Oh, I found it.
you found them?
Raelian Philippines.
Raelian Philippines.
Pinoy. Official Twitter of the Philippine Raelian Movement.
Yeah.
República de Filipinas.
And one of the hashtags on that thing is like, we should get, like, the post that they made was like, we should get, we should get more.
We could add some hearts to the Go Topless movement. Smiley face, hashtag Go Topless, hashtag.
And it has hashtag Go Topless, right? And I was interested in that because I'm male. And so I clicked on it.
Because I'm male.
I thought it was interesting just because I was like, is that really a thing? Right? And I looked
is.
at it, and at the first thing was like, hey, it's feminists going topless. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then one other post was like, and this was like looking down at about 20 posts. One other post was like, hey, a girl in body paint at the beach. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But I cannot tell you how many of them were, a surprising amount of them were all about Jeeps. Like, in the hashtag Go Topless was just Jeeps without the top.
Wow.
And like, after the first 20 posts where it was sort of mixed into Jeeps and other stuff, and there was one about something else. And then the rest of them, for like 30, were all about Jeeps. And I was just like, I was not expecting that. Like, I guess the hashtag Go Topless means many things these days.
I mean, did you not realize that the Go Topless thing could have involved?
No, I didn't think about Jeeps at all. I just thought about boobs.
Well, yeah,
but boobs. Oh shit.
You could have just looked up free the nipple, like.
Oh, that's
there
a
you go.
thing. Eric Andre started the Free the Dick movement.
Shout out to Eric Andre.
Awesome.
He posted a picture of just him naked, like his dick was out there on Instagram.
Just wait. Give me 2 years and I'll post the
And it wasn't taken down for like 24 hours or something more. And then his friend posted when it was taken down in like an hour. And it was just like, oh, jeez. Dude, we love Eric Andre.
If I ever make it
okay, you want to do shout out? Shout out to Eric Andre.
Yeah, shout out. But hold on. If I ever make it big, my Instagram is just going to be like 5 pictures of my dick.
I made a tweet out to Eric Andre.
I saw it.
I don't know. The statistics, the Twitter statistics isn't considering it an actual tweet.
He blocked you.
No, but shout out to Eric Andre. We shouted him out already, but he deserves multiple. He's just so funny. He came up with a bunch of sex moves, which I'll go on because I came up with a couple based off those. But those were great. Anyway, who do you want to shout out, Josue?
Shout out to my coworker Kim.
Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
That's it.
All right, Izzy,
you're not gonna get any like backstory in that. Just shout out to them.
All right, Izzy, you want to give a shout out?
I was never prepped for this. I'd like to give a shout out to my boyfriend who's just quietly sitting in the corner on his phone, not paying attention.
You want to give a name?
Shout out to him.
His name's Alex, but don't call him that. Call him faggot.
I don't think.
You can just call me Daddy.
Should we have a vote on that too?
Faggot or daddy?
I'm all in favor of daddy. Say aye. Aye.
I want to.
You're outvoted. All right.
Wait, doesn't his count? Like, doesn't he?
No, he's not part of the
2 fasts
podcast.
against 1.
He's just sitting. Yeah, 2 fasts versus 1
I
fast.
said.
Anyway, talking about Eric Andre. Eric Andre came up with, and I heard about this through a wonderful talk show called Hot Ones, where they eat spicy buffalo wings while they get interviewed. And Eric Andre was on that, where he smashed several plates on his head and a water pitcher, which is hilarious. But he talked about some sex positions he came up with. The first one's called the French exit, and according to Eric Andre, the French exit. Are you familiar?
It just sounds funny.
So the French exit is when your partner shits in your mouth and then you spit the shit into their mouth. That's the French exit. Then he came up with tuxedo surprise, and the tuxedo surprise is a French exit wearing tuxedos. And then there's Potato Boy, which is the tuxedo surprise, but with Haley Joel Osment. Specifically Haley Joel Osment. And I was inspired by this. So a friend of mine, his name is Shane, he might come on the podcast at some point. Are you showing her the...
I'm showing her a picture of Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel, I haven't seen a picture of Haley Joel Osment. Can I see it?
Are you kidding?
Oh, yeah. Potato Boy.
He looks like a thumb.
Future Josue. Izzy coaches. Haley Joel Osment looks like a thumb. 2017.
Someone quote that. Like,
Can we quote that? Can we get this shirt?
Can we make shirts?
We
Like,
can make
We
shirts.
already did.
We already did. They're coming out this September.
Hey guys, click the link below to our
Merch store.
merch store. I can't think of it.
Come to the merch store.
Oh no.
Yeah, our merch store. Our merch store.
We've got hats that say the boo 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 boo.
They say BBB.
Well, say boo boo boo.
Wait, the post that I made was BBBB. Sorry.
BBB.
There's a hat that say BBBB, the classic catchphrase. There's a DSA sweater.
Yeah. So you can get the one that just says DSA. You can get one that has Dick Suckers Anonymous printed out on the back.
Yeah.
And we have shoes.
We have shoes that say DSA, Dick Sucker Anonymous, on the inside.
And then the shoes are just made out of cardboard.
Yeah. They're really efficient. They're very eco-friendly shoes.
They are.
They're biodegradable.
They are.
so can we like draw like an anon with a dick in their mouth and say "Dick Suckers Anonymous" on the
Yeah,
bottom?
we should really come up with shirts. Yeah, speaking of which, I'd like to say a special thank you to our sponsors at Dick Suckers Anonymous. Dick Suckers Anonymous is a wonderful organization where you can go with people that share your interests and just suck some dick. Anonymously and in a safe, understanding environment. Thank you, DSA, Dick Suckers Anonymous. Not Democratic Socialists of America.
Stop talking about them. The more you talk about them, the more you're going to get their attention.
You think they listen to our podcast?
Just one of them like listens in and they're like, "You son of a bitch!" And, like, they
As of now, our first episode's been out for a couple days.
For 24 hours.
24 hours. And we've got 45 views or something like that.
Not 24 hours for like 30.
No, it's been awesome. You guys have gotten overwhelming response. It's wonderful. Thank you all. Yeah. Anyway, sex moves, sex positions. I came up with some with my friend Shane.
Really just gonna dive into this like that.
I'm not gonna do all of them. I'm gonna exclude the sledgehammer,
Oh
the
my
pimple.
No,
The
this sledgehammer
bakery-
sounds fucking hot.
It is not.
Oh, it's
I will
okay.
assure you, it is not. I will exclude those and the cream filled donut because those are just, I believe, illegal. I don't believe they are illegal.
Why would
It's
you-
just murder. That's
It's
all
just
it is.
murder.
That's all it is. There's nothing sexual about
Can I
If
it.
guess
you
the
really-
sledgehammer?
Yeah, go
Sure, I
ahead.
guess it's
Does somebody take a sledgehammer and just beat the shit out of somebody with it, or fuck them with
only half of that is correct, but
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you which half.
Which is-
Anyway, moving on. I will tell you the ones that I think are actually good, but I won't tell you all the variants or anything like that. I came up with these with Shane, but the names are all mine. The first one is called the bird feeder. The bird feeder is when a man is holding a girl by her legs in the air and eats her out. Right?
Okay, but that's hot. Like, that's a normal
Yeah,
sex
yeah, yeah. I'm
position.
sharing the normal. All right, fine. The first one's a bird feeder like that, right? The second one is called pecking order, and it's a bird feeder, but the person passes the girl along in a line of guys,
Ooh.
right? Which is pretty good, right? I came up
Sign
with
me
those.
up.
I will tell you the. No, I'm not gonna tell you the variants. They're funny, but. The other ones I came up with a different name for scissoring. Not scissoring. A different name for eating out, which is male or female, and it's called a food platter, right? And then a royal buffet is a food platter but multiple people, and then a king's buffet is all guys getting eaten out, and then a queen's buffet is all girls getting eaten out.
I
Right?
mean, you can't
So that's
technically
it.
eat a guy out unless you're eating their ass.
Eating their ass, that's what I'm talking about.
Alright.
Or you stick your tongue in their urethra.
Yeah, that's a thing, man.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Let's not bringing urethras into this. Alright.
Are you gonna bleep it out?
I'm not gonna bleep it out.
You don't think so?
I just don't want to think about urethra insertion.
Well, now you have to bleep it. All right. Anyway,
Urethra
Anyway,
insertion.
moving away from those. Then, right? These are the really funny ones for me. I came up with the Hannah Montana, which is scissoring, but both people are transgender
Ooh,
because it's the best of both worlds, right? Then there is the tree clipper, which is scissoring with a dildo, because it's like a shaft, right, and scissors. And then the last one is the multi-tool, which is a 3-sided dildo and 3 people scissoring.
That's.
I couldn't I couldn't comprehend more than 3 people trying to scissor, so I didn't come up with names.
3 people trying.
It would be difficult, and you'd have to have a very not lengthy dildo, but it's doable.
Man, we talk about sex a lot in this podcast.
Because it's funny.
Because it's funny.
Sex is funny.
It is funny.
It's so funny.
I'll give you that. It's really
Dicks
funny.
are disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, that's why guys play them up.
Yeah.
Because it's funny to talk about. That's why guys play around with them, like, because they're floppy pieces of shit until they're ready for action.
What about vagina?
I don't know. I don't have one.
Okay, well, technically, let's just call them really deep donuts.
They don't
Donuts?
taste like donuts.
Let's not.
They don't.
They do not taste
I
like
would like
donuts.
to. Yeah, no.
They do not taste like donuts.
From offhand and first-hand experience.
Yeah.
They do not taste like
They do not taste like donuts. They don't even look like donuts. Why would you call them?
They look like gum, if anything. Like
they look like
Okay, taco is a fair analogy.
I guess.
Okay, whatever.
I mean,
Moving
like,
away from that.
tacos with
What do we want to talk about that isn't sex? We talk about sex way too much. We're already about like 17 minutes in. We've only
and
talked about
only talked about
sex and socialists.
and socialists.
That's it.
Well, what are we allowed to make fun of?
Nazis. Those are always safe.
Fuck Nazis.
But what
Yeah,
if
fuck
the
the
Nazi
Nazis.
listens in? He gets really
Well,
pissed.
That's his problem.
you know what? To any of our
I'm sorry, that's their problem.
any of our Aryan.
No,
Nazi-
okay.
I'd just like to say, fuck you. You got it wrong. It's not. Holocaust was a mistake.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! Okay, can we talk about the flat Earth people?
Oh yeah, let's talk about them.
All right. I'd like to quote Josue Mendoza from our first episode.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
2 things that are commonly known. 1, the Earth is flat. Sometimes. 2, what was the second thing?
I don't remember. I just remember the Earth is flat.
Sometimes. That was the killer. That was the kicker for me. That was fantastic.
We said it's like it's a chance. You always wake up. It's like cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Except
You
it's
wake up, maybe it's round. Wake
Cloud-
up, maybe it's flat.
That's what I said. Cloudy with a chance of flat Earth. You never know.
You never know.
One day you're just gonna wake up and you're just gonna be like, oh, it's flat.
Oh, I'm 2D.
Yeah.
Or.
Well, what can you
There's
do?
no third dimension. Anyway.
Not for today.
Do you think there are like flat earther like like what is it called? Doomsayers? Where they're like, beware, any day you could wake up flat. The third dimension is not forever.
They prepare flattened items, like flattened beds and like foods.
Like
When
out
it
of cardboard?
happens- Yeah. When it happens, so that when they get turned flat, they can just like, oh, look at that, I'm all ready.
I can still. Do you think technology would probably cease to exist except for basic circuit boards?
Who knows? I don't fucking know.
No, you wouldn't be able to make a circuit board because you would have to. It would occupy the same space where you would be. You know, if you were trying to work on it and look at it all, so you could only like see the edge of a circuit board. Let's move away from that. I made a Snapchat a while ago about flat earthers.
Did you?
Yeah.
Literally
I thought it was really funny because I like doing voices, and I was sitting in my room like a fucking loser alone, and I was really tired that night, and I was just like, fuck it, I want to make a Snapchat, but I have nothing to make a Snapchat about. So I was like, okay, I'll make something. I'll find something for me to be angry about so I can make a Snapchat. So I looked up flat earther arguments, and I found just a piece of gold. It was a guy saying like, yeah, no, I'm just spreading the word, flat earth, it's true. And I just, and then it cut to him trying to explain it to someone. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of compelling evidence for it. Like, honestly, planes, they only fly at a certain altitude. Water, it's always, you can test it, it's always flat. And, and I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever heard.
It's really funny.
Has he never been to the ocean before?
I know!
Like-
Right?
It's really funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
And so I got my phone out, and I was like, how am I going to complain about this? So I'm like, I know. I'll do a Kermit voice, and I'll say, bullshit. I believe the thing is, so I held up,
remember this.
I boosted my headphone volume to max, and I put it next to my phone, and I hit record, and I hit play, and so it was just like the Snapchat went like this. yeah, man, there's a lot of evidence. I mean, you can test it. You know, planes, they only fly at a certain altitude. You know, water that's always flat, and then pause video. And I go, bullshit, bullshit. And I grab my mug, which is full of water. It's a glass mug, and I start swirling the water. I'm like, you see, because my water's moving. And sadly, I said asshole as well, and it got cut off. And I was really sad about that, but I think it's better without it.
What's the most famous flat earther you know?
You.
Stop.
I don't know any flat earthers by name.
I don't want to be known as a flat earther, okay? Please do not put that label on me.
Anybody who
Please, if you have a Twitter, tweet out at, oh, you don't have a Twitter.
You know who, I do.
Oh,
but
shit.
Don't at me.
Okay.
You know who does?
Mm.
B.O.B. The rapper.
It stands for
He was on,
Boys of Badness.
Boys of... He was on Tech Nine's...
Yeah, I know who B.O.B. is. He's good. He's good. You don't listen... What do you listen to? You listen to, like...
How would you...
Fall Out Boy.
Trash.
Oh,
And...
Trash, yes. But
Don't we all?
Like, I don't listen to just Fall Out Boy.
I know.
Like,
but I'm just listing the ones that I remember that you've told me.
System of a Down.
System of a Down. Wake up!
Like Disturbed.
Table.
Table.
Shout out
That's
to
a meme.
Disturbed.
Shout out to Disturbed.
Shout out to Disturbed.
Yeah, good shit.
Korn,
I like
Weezer.
Korn? I want to
Foo
listen to
Fighters.
Korn.
Like,
I feel like that'd be very
I
entertaining.
want to listen to some.
But
I wanna
can we,
eat
like-
some corn.
I wanna
have
eat
you
some
heard?
Korn.
Have you heard that, like, with the flat Earth, like, theory that there's so many different ways that the Earth could be flat that one of them was like.
Wait. Hold on. Just, I can just imagine like someone coming up like
Oh,
like
the
a
Earth's a hexagon.
no like the stereotypical what Mormon sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, do you have a minute to someone walking up? Okay, I just imagine this like a guy
Hi, do you
walking up
have
like,
time to
hi,
talk-
do you have a moment to talk about flat Earth? Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, okay, wonderful. All right, so I'd just like to make it clear. There are many different people that believe in flat Earth, and almost everyone has a different idea. What? And, you know, different ways the Earth can be flat. What, like what? You know, like, what? I know the bit is falling apart, but, like, what the fuck? How are there different ways to be flat?
Listen, I lost
Oh, it's like,
you.
it's 2D, right? Or 2 dimensions.
Okay, but so there was this guy that was theorizing on how the Earth could be flat, and his immediate thing was for the sky and how it looks round is that NASA, all the money they get, they spend on a gigantic screen that they put like around the Earth in a circle.
Around.
And
You can't be flat if you have the word round in describing the flatness of something.
There are flat earthers all around the world.
I've heard people say that. That's so dumb. How can that makes no sense? You could say all over the world. That makes sense because you
All
can
over
be
the
over a
plains.
flat thing. But all around.
I just love seeing your fucking audio peak, dude.
Oh yeah, this is hell for future
Future
hosts.
I have to fucking lower the shit out of this so much.
I can lower the volume of my mic.
Nope, too
Nah.
fucking late, bro.
I'll do it next
That's how
episode.
we're rolling now.
Alright, that's
Okay, but like he was just like, and so NASA spends all their money on a giant screen they put around the Earth, and then they change it to look
Like the
it's
times of day?
Yeah,
How
and
do
then
they
they change
explain-
it to look like it's round.
How would they
Alright,
explain
alright.
before TV?
And then they
Before
say,
screen,
and then they say,
you know?
when people
I
say
didn't mean
if
say
the Earth
trees.
was flat, they could just fall off, and you could fall off the edge of the Earth. And so this guy, he was just like, no, you can't fall off the edge of the Earth. You want to know why? Why? Because there's mountains all around the edge of the Earth. Like,
You can climb over a mountain.
exactly.
People have died falling down
I
mountains.
thought they would have said the Earth is flat, but it continues on forever.
Yeah. Or like you walk off one end and you come to the other.
But then think about it. The Earth,
like a magic portal all around
But
Earth.
think about it. You can't have mountains at the end of the Earth if it's flat because the mountains would be flat.
You just step onto. Climbing Mount Everest would be much less impressive. Because you'd take like, I don't know, 100 steps, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah,
There's no such thing as elevation.
maybe
So.
Earth's just like a video game map, and there's just like a certain like edge.
You think everything is on
Yeah,
like
you can't
a
pass.
grid?
Yeah.
I mean, New York is on a grid.
Yeah, let me turn.
Wait. What, I was gonna say something.
Let me turn on the cheat so we can see the grid. Let me input the.
Yeah, put in
buttons.
the Homer home run derby. Cheat.
Yeah, so you can see the grid.
Beware the grid.
We just gotta watch out for like the frame drop.
Frame drop. Dropped.
It's like
Okay. There was a thing I was gonna bring up and I forgot about it, but now I remember. How do flat earthers, if that theory is the prevalent theory, how do flat earthers explain solar energy?
What do you mean?
Because if it's just a big screen, it's shown that regular screens don't power solar panels. It's sunlight that powers solar panels.
Yeah.
So how do they explain the giant screen, the round screen over the flat Earth, if photosynthesis exists?
Solar panels and plants, they're just a giant government lie in order to keep us, thinking that we're educated on the matter with
Lettuce,
reality.
not real.
The Earth is fake. Everything's a lie. The government's lying to you.
Lettuce is plastic.
The fact that it was
How do you think
fucking
it's so
lettuce.
green?
The fact that it was fucking lettuce makes it really funny.
The only thing that could have been funnier is like kumquat or cabbage. Yeah, cabbage, not real.
Yeah.
Kumquat, fake. That'd be funny.
What's your favorite green vegetable?
I've been over this. I hate the green taste. I said this when it was with Brianna. I said this, that for me, most vegetables taste very similar. Like, they have differences, sure. But they have this one taste, which I can only describe as green. Because it just tastes, like, when you taste it, you're like, oh, green. And no one else tastes it the way I taste it. But that's the okay, you're right.
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Wait,
yeah, it's
exactly
fucking
how you feel.
disgusting as
Yeah,
hell.
it's like.
Right? Cilantro has it in a little bit, but cilantro's kind of okay.
Well, how about you-
But
Like,
Milo,
celery
Milo.
has it.
Like, if you taste green, do you just wake up in the morning like, it smells like blue tonight?
I mean, smell is a major percent of taste.
Hey, why don't you answer the fucking question?
My answer is I don't like green vegetables. Okay, wait, no. Because I'm okay. Okay, I guess zucchini. I'm okay with zucchini because it doesn't really taste green to me.
Ew.
Zucchini.
Ew.
I challenge your tastes.
You want me to grab a zucchini out of my fridge and whack you with it?
No.
So we have zucchini.
He has zucchini. No one will get that but me. Alright.
You think a pop-up winner would be a Houdini zucchini? I'm quick as I'm sharp as a knife.
Okay, our first
Yeah, quick.
initial problem was talking about sexual.
All right, we'll
like,
get off of it. Get off of
And
it.
then we just went back to it immediately.
All right.
So here's the thing.
Wait. I have
Right
something
here.
better. Want to talk about... Stop. Want to talk about Scientology.
Here's the thing.
Scientology?
Oh, are we just gonna fucking
Oh,
cover
Tom
all
Cruise.
this?
There's a
shit?
Scientologist place
There is.
Oh my god.
nearby.
Oh
Yeah, there is.
It's on the way to our friend Luis's
yeah. Wait,
house.
but do
Yeah.
you know what the Scientologist belief thing is?
Yes.
Science. no. I've
You're
seen.
so
I've
wrong.
seen in my. I
watched
didn't
the
talk about this on the
documentary.
podcast, but I've talked about this before. In my psychology sociology class.
Yes, we watched it.
We
all watched it.
yeah. We watched a documentary about Scientology. Not sociology.
They're linked.
No, we watched a thing on Scientology and it's fucked up. It's really
Kinda
fucked
funny.
up.
What I got is that basically
Scientology, if you want to sponsor
like
it.
somebody, one of my friends was telling me about Scientology, and they were like, so basically a giant alien.
Were they a Scientologist?
No, they were
Okay,
just
okay.
telling me what they thought and they got from whatever, and they were
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
me that basically a giant alien came down to Earth and then let out a bunch of whatever.
Many aliens, I believe.
Yeah, and then
And
basically.
then they booked it.
Yeah, I don't get.
Well,
I
no,
don't
it's something like
understand.
that, but then aren't
And
these
then they
dead
have-
spirits?
Yeah, they have
in
dead
people?
spirits in your body, and they call them
I have no idea what they call it.
they call them a thing, and then the whole shtick of the basis of Scientology is basically an electronic detector that you hold onto and you speak and you talk about stuff, and I think they're called antibodies. No, that's not.
What's
That's-
really no.
Okay, but like you know that Scientology came from a movie, right?
It came from a book
Really?
that the guy wrote, and then he's like, "Wait, I can make a religion out of this," and so he did.
Oh.
What's really
It wasn't
fucked
off of
up
a movie.
is that
Something
The guy
told me,
worked
like-
on scripts for movies and like the cover art for some movies and stuff.
cover art for
Yeah,
albums.
like someone told me it was like a part of some.
I think he
movie
did
thing.
an album.
I don't fucking know. I'm just.
Someone want to
Shit.
Google All right, we got our guest,
Wait a
our
minute.
non-speaking guest, googling Scientology. Let's hope the NSA doesn't come in.
Really, I don't want to fuck with Scientologists because
They're
I don't wanna-
probably like.
they're not
They're hard
scary.
workers, I'll tell you that.
Listen, they're not. I'm not gonna say they're scary. They're just not the kind of
They're
people you wanna
fear-inducing.
fuck with, you know.
No, I get you. They had a whole campaign. They have a thing. They have like a doctrine.
Yeah.
About people fucking with them.
Oh yeah.
That they'll fuck with you if you fuck with
Oh
them.
yeah. They'll fuck with you.
That
hard.
sucks.
And then it's debated whether or not that's legal because it is a religious thing, but it's also like, it's weird. They're hard workers though. I'll give them that. They're very, very hard workers.
Shout out to.
Fuck. I
No.
don't
Shout
know.
out to fuck.
Shout out to fucking.
All right, here we go. We got some
No,
information.
shout out to.
Scientologist Butters, blah blah
What's his
blah.
name?
It's based on the book Dianetics. Right?
Dianetics.
Which is a book
Yeah.
that the guy wrote, and then he's like, "Oh, I can make." L. Ron Hubbard wrote
Hubbard. Yeah.
Hubbard. That he wrote, and then he turned it into a religion.
That's beautiful.
Whoa, what is the free personality test? What? Oh, it's
Free
it's an ad.
personality
It's an ad by Scientologists. Do you remember the Scientology episode in South Park?
Oh my god, yes!
Official Church of Scientology. What
That
is
was
Scientology?
the
Here it
best.
is.
Did you ever
do you
watch-
want this on your search history?
I don't care.
All right.
Your mom looks through your phone and she's just like, what the fuck is this?
Beliefs and practices. Let's see. What do they call
Plenty
it?
of porn hidden around there somewhere.
What if she's like?
Basic
What if she like
principles of Scientology.
scrolled through all your porn and was like, oh, this is normal, and then she saw something about Scientology, she was like, she got like really upset with you.
What if she
My
come-
grandma would.
What if she came out as a Scientologist and just like, oh,
Oh, I am a Scientologist.
son.
I sort of
finally.
feel wrong reading this. And reading about Scientology.
Yeah.
It just feels like my eyes are like, look away.
Did you ever hear about the thick-skulled boxer?
President? Hmm?
Oh, me?
Alright,
No.
that's enough. I can't figure out
There
what
was
they call it. I don't
okay.
want to
There
look
was this
into it.
article I read about this boxer with like an actually scientifically proved thick skull. He has a naturally thicker skull than other human beings. And
Andre the Giant?
I don't know his
Shout out
name.
to Andre the Giant.
Shout out, he's dead.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to Andre
Shout
the
out.
Giant's tombstone caretaker. Good job.
Good job.
But so basically,
Stop dropping my balls, Izzy.
No. Wait, but that's only one ball. Do you only have one ball?
No, I
You
have,
have a single
I have a collection.
testicle?
I have a collection of juggling balls because I juggle.
I don't. How the fuck do you juggle?
Just like this. Hold on, I'll do it.
Could you stop
With your
jacking off with
hands.
those balls, please, sir?
Stop shaking my balls, dude. Alright, it's easy here. I'm juggling right now.
Oh yeah, look people, look at my little juggle.
Wow, put in a juggler, like,
Yes.
walk him across the screen.
Alright. Look at that. Look at him go.
Hey.
Oh.
Could you stop?
Alright, last try. Here we go. Ow, I hit my chin.
Fucked up.
Anyway,
What?
I can fairly juggle. Anyway, that's the end of that.
I like.
What are we gonna talk about now?
I just like looking at your screen and how it goes like
Oh,
woo!
Yeah, because when I
and then
talk, it fucking spikes up.
Like look at this one. Like this one's not
This
that
one's like.
very low. Like you can hear it
Yeah.
once you play back. But on
Yeah.
my
Hey, this will
end,
come out after Christmas, right?
Fuck off.
This will come after Christmas. Fuck
Alright.
off.
See you guys later.
Aw. You didn't close the door, you asshole.
Alright guys, welcome to my podcast, the one I created.
I'll be
With-
Fucking steal
with
this
my-
shit from me! Wonderful.
We got a lot of visual jokes on this one, huh?
I mean, that one is an audio joke.
That one could be an audio joke. It could
This one is not an audio joke.
Oh.
Actually, I think it's funnier as an audio joke.
My life is a joke.
Oh.
No.
That was a good one.
Wait.
Yeah, my audio just spiked. Let's talk about Izzy stealing some glasses.
Oh. Okay, so I went into the gym.
Someone's locker.
No, the gym. No, not someone's locker. I'm not that much of a cunt. I may steal their underwear, but no. But okay. So I went into the gym and there was this pair of glasses just sitting like. So you know that weird box thing on like in the wall.
Totally.
Okay, and so there's like a pair of glasses just.
Oh wait, no, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about it.
And so there's just a pair of glasses sitting there, so I like walk over, and I'm like, oh well, somebody left their glasses, I might as well turn these in, and then I take them, and I'm like, nah, fuck it, and now I just have them.
So if you see Izzy walking around campus with some glasses on, they're not hers.
Wow.
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 I learned how to do the Homer Simpson screen this morning.
Do
'Cause
it.
I didn't know that I could do it. I didn't know I could do it because I never tried to. But it's like,
You did it once, like not like on like not on.
it was an accidental.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing a game, and it was during Doki Doki Literature Club. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
We were playing Doki Doki Literature Club just for fun, and I just did a screen that was the perfect Homer screen, and I couldn't replicate it because I didn't do it on purpose. It was like, no, it's lower tone. It's like, I'm not gonna scream more. Cause
Do it.
Rip headphone users.
Wow.
Come on, Dad.
Alright, here's the thing.
Come on, Dad.
I am exhausted.
You are exhausted? What did you do today that made you so exhausted?
More like what did I do last night?
Coitus?
No, not like that.
Alcohol?
No.
You picking up chicks?
The marijuana? Picking up chicks is very, very, very labor intensive.
It is.
I mean,
I can-
it's the size of a person. How do you pick someone up? You know, it must have been very tiring.
No, I was working last night from
Oh, you were.
6 to 12:30.
Ooh.
I tried to send you all the sex positions I came up with.
Listen, this is what happened. What time did you send that?
Right after you were like, sorry, I can't talk right now.
What time?
Do I have to look it up?
Fuck
Where's
you.
my phone?
So
It's out in the fucking living room.
So I'm like, yeah, no, I was at the library. I was in the library,
Alex, go get
the
this
public
one.
library.
No, don't
Go
get
get
that
it.
one. It's fine.
You're our slave child. Go get it.
Go.
Put a picture of slave Alex on screen.
Take a picture of Alex and just Photoshop terrible like shackles on him.
So like,
Yeah, you're gonna have to take a picture.
so I'm
of
at the
it.
fucking
Look like
li-
scared and like moving,
I'm at the fucking
like with your
library.
arms out, like.
And
Is that a good enough
Milo,
image?
and Milo's like, yo, can you talk right now? I'm like, no, not right now. And he's like, all right, well, we just send you all this information. And I'm like thinking, oh, maybe it's something to do with the podcast, or maybe it's something really important. And then what do I get? All I read is, all right, I came up with a bunch of sex memes.
And you stopped reading.
And I fucking stopped.
Hey, the bird feeder is a wonderful invention. Oh wait, there was one more. Oh, should I say this? Well, I said the French exit, so I think this one's fine because it's not murder. I came up. I forget. Do you know when you go to frozen yogurt places and they have those little like red or like I think the other variation color's yellow, like little balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
they're
looks
like some kind of
fish
juice.
eggs, but really big. You know what those are? And they like pop when you bite into
Oh
them.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever those are called, that's what this is called. And it's when you take a water balloon and you put it up your ass and then you pop it and then the person takes in whatever comes out.
Oh god.
It's like the French exit but with water.
Hey babe, can we try that?
No. God no.
To be fair, anyone can listen to this podcast, so maybe maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, we're not
yeah.
gonna stop you, but still.
You see that dumbbell right there? I'm gonna hit you with it.
What do you got? What are you guys' addresses
Addresses.
and or social security numbers?
All right, I got you.
666-666-665.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
so original. What a great joke, huh? You got me right there. Look, can you hear all the future viewers laughing so hard right now?
Can you? All right.
Wow.
Do a fake laugh and then have future you like layer that laugh. So it's like ha ha ha, ha, you know, like that.
That should be your like
I'll do it
laughing
later.
reel. You should have a laughing reel now.
Do it now.
You know how like all shows.
It's it's a visual joke, but Josue does this thing where he opens his mouth slightly like he's gonna say something, and then he just closes it and looks you in the eyes.
Okay, did I ever tell you you're like the perfect hobbit?
I am. I have hobbit
He
feet. My
is.
shoes are off. We haven't
Wait.
talked about this on the podcast because I haven't had my shoes off for any of the other episodes.
You're right.
But this is my house. I don't give a fuck. I have fucking hobbit feet. I'm short. I have hairy feet. And
You have big hairy feet.
hairy feet with big toes.
Amen.
Amen. Our Lord, Milo's feet. Amen.
Oh God, all the foot fetish people.
Dear Harry, dear Harry, fuck you. Give us what we want. Amish.
Listen, Milo's like a bear, just not tall enough. I'm not talking about the animal either,
I'm
alright?
talking about the gay term bear.
Yep. I got that.
I don't know if gay term is the correct way to
The LGBT positive term bear.
That's not even right
I
either.
know. I know it's
The
not.
homosexual. No.
I can't even like
What would be the proper
The
term?
human version of a bear.
piece it together, dude. I
The
don't know.
sexual term.
Well, no, it's not sexual.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, no, it's
A
not.
bear
entirely-
describes a man who is muscular and hairy
It's all for sexual reasons.
and very
But, like,
dominant.
People don't. That doesn't have to be associated sexual.
We have
no,
two bears in
you
this
were
room.
not a goddamn
No,
bear.
And a
he's not
fucking
a bear.
twin.
Have you
I am
ever
not a
seen like?
twin.
Have you ever seen like pictures of
You're a
bears?
twin.
Like
I
of
am
bears.
not a
You're a
twin.
fucking twin.
I'm
You're a
not
twig.
twin.
Have you seen pictures
No, you
of bears
have
though?
I have seen a picture of a bear.
Okay.
It was rubbing its back on a tree.
I saw a gay, big, burly, hairy man.
I don't
rubbing himself
judge.
on a tree.
I don't judge.
Shout out to him, man. He's living the life.
Oh man! Shout out to what was his name? What is it called? Fuck!
The jump in the audio.
It's called Primitive Technology. Shout out to Primitive Technology. Primitive Technology is
What are you
fucking
talking about?
crazy cool. He's a YouTuber, and what he does is he builds shit from scratch. Like he's bought some land in the Australian like forests. He's in
outback.
Australia, in the outback. But the outback is generally dry, so we're talking about the forests, which is a surprising amount of Australia. But he bought areas in Australia, and he just goes out there and he like makes shit because he has clay deposits everywhere, and there's trees and shit, and he makes charcoal, and he's made like furnaces, and he's smelting ore, and it's fucking crazy.
Whoa, like Minecraft in real life.
Oh yeah, that's crazy,
Oh my God! You could see all the 11-year-olds like.
Like Minecraft.
Holy shit!
Shout out to Minecraft.
Shout out to Jeb.
Jeb Bush.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Okay, but do you remember, like, did you ever play Minecraft?
Oh.
Minecraft is still on my.
Did
my
he ever
top
Okay.
play Minecraft?
Did I?
I still
For a long time. My background on my personal Twitter is still a creeper like hex thing.
Your fucking profile picture for a lot of things was like your fucking Minecraft skin.
It was. Right now, my Google image, I need to update it because it's shitty, but it's a drawing I did, and it's so shitty. But it's a drawing I did of Sora. Yeah, it's there. It looks okay on paper there, but when I digitized it, it fucked it up, dude. Its neck is weird in the
Do
drawing.
you know how to digitize things?
Yeah, take a picture. No, we have a scanner at my house. We just don't use it.
Bitch, can I have?
Not a 3D scanner.
No, I know, but like, can I have it?
Mm-mm.
Fuck.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Just get up, steal it, drag it out.
Well, if Josue says it's okay, who am I to judge?
You guys have any Christmas movies you watch during this time?
Yes.
Holiday movies, I should
Yes.
say.
Dude, the
White
Nightmare Before
Christmas?
Christmas.
White Christmas, Nightmare Before Christmas, and surprisingly Hercules, which it isn't like a Christmas movie, but my sister loves it, and she comes by during Christmas, so we watch it.
Alright.
Oh,
But White Christmas, we love White Christmas.
what's it about? A little recap.
It's about snow.
Oh yeah.
Funnily enough, it sort of
baby.
is about snow. It's about so it's these two army guys, right? One of them's a sergeant and one of them was a captain, and it starts during the war.
Are they
They're
both
putting
white?
on a yeah.
And does this take place during Christmas time?
Yes. But it's not called Caucasian Christmas. It's called White Christmas. All right. Listen. Okay, so they're two guys in the army, and they're throwing a musical thing, right, just to cheer up the troops. And then the
general comes by and he's like, fuck off. But he actually loves them, but he's a general, so he has to say fuck off. And so he's like, fuck off. And they would go like, huh, huh, huh. And then he walks away. And then they start getting bombed. And Wall almost falls down on the captain. And when the sergeant like saves the captain. And then he uses that as sort of like blackmail-ish sort of thing, like guilt tripping people. So he'll like grab his arm and be like, you know, like, come on, when he's trying to convince him to do stuff. And then they become an act, you know, a singing, you know, dancing. What the fuck did you throw at me?
Yeah.
Alright, they're singing, dancing act. And then they are going all around, you know, performing. And then they're like, alright, we gotta go to New York to do a show, right? And then the sergeant is trying to get the captain, they're not in the army anymore, but the sergeant is always trying to get the captain basically laid. He's trying to get him in a relationship, right? Which back then, laid turned into a relationship. But it's, you know, trying to get him laid. And the guy's just not having it, captain's not having it. And so they have to check out these girls called the Haynes sisters. I know this is going on for a while. But they have to check out these girls called the Haynes sisters for their act. And the sergeant tries to hook up the captain with it. The sergeant's played by Danny Kaye.
He's a fucking awesome, he's dead, but he's a fucking awesome actor.
What?
He's dead.
Just in case you were going to be like, oh, cool, we should tweet at him. And I'm like, no, he's dead.
I'm not gonna say something.
But,
Why?
Danny Kaye's trying to hook up the sergeant, the captain with the girls, and then the girls get in trouble with the police, and so they usher them out and give them the tickets, and then they have to buy tickets, and they end up going where the Haynes sisters were gonna relax for the holidays, which happens to be an inn run by their previous general, and so to do something nice for them, they plan their whole show to happen for the general at his lodge, because there's no snow where it's supposed to have snow, because it's a ski lodge. And that's why it's called White Christmas, because on the last scene, sorry for spoilers, but on the last scene they get snow.
Okay, can we have a shout out to fucking silence because Milo's been talking for so long?
Yeah, I was about to say that went on for really long. Okay, huh? Alright, that's enough. We're good.
That's pretty good. Shout out to Silence.
Shout out to Silence.
Keep doing what you're doing, dude.
The pleasure of silence compels. Wait,
Pleasure.
fuck, that's the
Pleasure.
wrong word.
I thought we agreed to get off of pleasure. Get off of pleasure. No, but to move away from pleasure. Let's talk about books. You guys like books?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck book.
Against
I don't know if that's possible.
Okay, I'm just saying anything.
There's a fetish. I'm sure there's a
There's-
fetish.
there's-
Same guy
okay.
who. Hold on, I have it here.
Okay, can I have a good book. I gotta talk about it. Hurry up and get your book.
Fuck up!
Hurry the fuck up!
I don't have it.
Okay, well that must suck to be you. So I'm gonna explain my book. So basically, shut up, don't laugh. But so basically, there's this book that I was given to by an extremely smart scientist.
I do have it.
Okay, no!
Speak!
Okay, but so I have a friend who now lives in Texas. Her name is Celia. Go find her. But no, so her dad is the scientist who created those scanner things they have in like front of like stadiums and shit that in airports that scan you down really hard and search for
shit.
everything. He was the one who like helped make that.
That's
And
dope.
so he gave me this book called The House of Leaves. And it's the
Is
most
it
insane book on the planet. Not even a college student could read it.
I mean, that's shoddy construction.
No. Stop.
It's made of leaves.
But so basically, like, the book itself is a giant puzzle. Like, there's pages that, like, are inside out. And there's
Oh,
pages...
that's awesome. You know what? There's a book. that I
Okay,
have-
well, I'm talking.
Sorry.
Sir? No.
Way to be
So-
commanding, dude. Go, speak.
But so, the book is, like, there's inside out pages. There's pages with just, like, one word or one letter. And, like, some of the words can, like, draw an image. And then it's, like, really insane. And at the end, like, kind of asks you if you know what actually happened because the shit confuses you
There's
so
like
goddamn.
secrets in the pages.
Yeah, there's actual secrets, and it's like a giant puzzle book.
So half of the story is encrypted, basically.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and so like the book itself is like $24, which is like the paperback. But if you got it like the hardback, it'd be like more than $60.
Jesus.
And so you should read it.
Yeah.
Everyone read that book. It's a
That
good
reminds
book.
me of a book called Artemis Fowl, where in it takes place where this guy's basically trying to con fairies out of money, out of gold, out of fairy gold because fairies have gold. And the fairies have a language.
Wow.
And the fairies have a language in the books. And on every page, at like the bottom and top, is written written text in that language. So you have to take it all and decrypt it the way he decrypts it in the story. Like if you follow the way he does it in the story, you can decrypt it and read it. And it's the secret book of the fairies that he's trying to get for most of the book. But the book that I was going to talk about earlier is called Armada. It's by Ernest Cline. He's the same guy that wrote Ready Player One, which a movie's coming out about soon. I don't know. By now it might have come out already.
No.
But, okay, well, Ready Player One. I read Ready Player One as well, which was fantastic. But I think Armada's way better to make a movie out of. Because Armada's about kids that get, like... Okay, so you know Space Invaders? The game that came out on arcade.
Yeah.
The whole premise of the game is that Space Invaders was originally a military training thing to fight the aliens that would come, and then there was another console that was made that was only in certain places for a certain amount of time. That was also a military training thing.
Polybius.
And then kids who played that game a lot were contacted by the military and they were given mechs and stuff. And it's a way better... Like, Ready Player One's a fantastic story, don't get me wrong. But I feel like Armada is much more visually, like, viable to make a movie out of. Because it has these great descriptions of fight scenes and robots and, it's all the sci-fi stuff like Terminator that people would love with explosions and shit. Yeah, here. So, I don't know why they made Ready Player One. Ready Player One's a hard book to make into a movie visually. Like, the story's still somewhat straightforward.
I mean, do you know who's gonna do it?
No.
Spielberg.
Oh, well, that's a cakewalk. I mean, it's the spiel. It's the Spiel's spiel.
It's got his spiel of approval.
That's great.
I like that really big spike in that.
The patented DeFrisco.
What if I just don't fucking fix the audio?
Oh shit!
I just leave it and it's
Rip
fucking-
headphone users. We'll have to come up with a new thing to say at the beginning to say rip headphone users. I'll have to record that. You just hit me?
No.
No, I didn't, because they can't see, so you can't prove it. Yeah, that's right.
Well, fuck. How am I gonna stand up to that? Except the hidden cameras I have in this room.
You mean the hidden cameras that I have destroyed?
Oh, you mean the ones that I saw you destroy with my other hidden cameras? Why'd you fucking throw Fago at me?
You mean the other hidden cameras that I licked? And
Why would you
therefore
lick them?
distorted the lens?
You son of a bitch.
I don't even think that's how it works. I'm taking your Fago, you little shit.
Ooh.
You can't have home
Yo,
drinks
if
in
we
this
were
room.
to have an actual people, actual sponsors, if we were to have actual sponsors, Fago Taco Bell. Did you just again spill? Not on my floor. Don't you fucking dare.
I'll do it.
Don't you fucking dare. You want me to spray fucking cologne in your eyes?
Do it and you'll beat the shit out of you.
It's kind of like required. Almost law at
Spray
that point.
cologne in her eyes.
It's like mace, dude. Are you kidding me? Anything sprayed in your eyes is like.
Okay, wait, can we talk about this,
Yeah.
this key sword from Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Key sword.
It's a keyblade. Go ahead and take it down.
Key sword.
The keyblade is
It's
the
been, like-
weapon that
hold on.
chose Sora in the first game. In the
I
second
think
game.
it's been longer than
in the
3
third.
years.
Don't cut yourself with my keyblade.
It's been longer than 3 or 4 years that I have done anything involving Kingdom Hearts, so forgive me.
I love Kingdom Hearts.
I know.
I have a
It's
backpack for
your
Kingdom
backpack,
Hearts. I
you
have
got the
Kingdom
blade.
Hearts 1. I have Kingdom Hearts 2. I have
How's
Kingdom Hearts
how's 2, by the
Recoded.
way?
2's, I like the mechanics a lot better in 2, but
Okay.
1 still has a place
I
in my
tried
heart.
to, but I didn't get very far.
I love the
That's
key sliding, but I feel like they could have done an attack with it. But so because
Let me see.
currently in Kingdom Hearts 2, key sliding is like skateboarding sort of, but you can't attack with the key. But I feel like you could do like a kickflip attack and stuff like that.
That'd
You
be
could
cool.
do yeah. You could do like ollies and use like stab people with the end of the ollie or tail flips or something. Like, what are you doing? But you can do tail flips and stuff, and don't hit me with my keyblade. I have for reference, I have an aluminum keyblade. It's like full scale, and it's somewhat weighted. Not weighted as if it was a real, but weighted enough to move it.
Here's a picture of it. Oh, there it is.
You need to take a picture of it now.
Well, it's always up there.
Wait, if you haven't taken the picture yet, how does it?
Dude, all these podcasts are scripted. Oh, fuck.
What?
What do you mean?
Wait. What?
The Matrix is glitching. Shit!
What do you mean?
Oh, fuck, dude, the audio levels, they're gone.
What?
They're not,
No.
They're not picking the audio anymore.
No, this can't be. What?
Oh,
What?
Shit.
What? No! No, it's all a lie! It's all a lie. Are you real?
Hey, man, just keep talking about your stupid fucking keyblade.
What? How can I now that I know everything is fake? Oh, God. You know, I was planning to stretch this out till the end of the episode, but there's too much time left. Anyway. No, but I have a keyblade that's...
What do you mean too much time?
I mean, the head of it is kind of fucked up, with a handle in the shaft. Yeah, it's all good.
Oh,
the tip's fine.
It's just a tip.
So did you make it yourself though?
I fucking wish. I've been trying. I carved a wand. I think it's up there. I carved a wand by myself. Looks nice. I wanted to carve a handle for like a sword or something, but
You suck
I'm
at it.
I suck at whittling, dude. I tried to make stabs twice.
I was in wood shop. I can help you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In fact,
You-
one of the
yeah, laugh
stabs
at
in
me.
progress I used to smash a pumpkin in my backyard. If you open the blinds, you can see it. It's still there.
I like your Nerf gun.
My one. I used to have a lot, and then
Nerf
one I
for
tried to
nothing.
take apart and
You
fix.
fuck off, you little.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Go
do
sit.
it. Do it. There it is.
Ooh, you
Hey,
got
guys,
a
look at
beautiful
all-
backyard.
Look at all the sun out there.
Oh yeah.
Sweet,
Totally see
sweet
it.
Californian sun.
Ooh.
Take it in the wintertime. Where it's still really fucking...
Excuse me, sir. Did you just touch me inappropriately? The feminists will come after you.
Rape!
That's
rape.
sexual harassment.
That's rape. You touch someone without their permission? Rape.
Did you see the video of that one person and those like girls walking down the street, and there's this this really short white kid walking down, and they were just like, "Oof, you're a snack," and they were like recording.
Oh,
on the camera.
yeah.
And then he looked over, and he was just like, "Recording without my consent is illegal, and I will sue you for that." And then
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kept
yeah,
moving
yeah.
on.
Oof! You're a snack. Oof.
Oof.
Minecraft death noise? Ooh. Roblox death noise? Ooh.
Generic Roblox death sequence.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Ooh!
I think someone can tell we officially ran out of shit to say.
Yeah, no, this has been an interesting podcast. It's been very different than the other ones because you haven't listened to any of the podcasts. or
Nope.
anything. Yeah, no, the other ones were very much different, but I think that's great. I think that's awesome to have that variety.
Shake things up a little.
You happy?
I'm gonna fucking kill you, dude. This is the last podcast. I fucking quit.
We're ending at episode 5.
And then you can't continue on because I'm gonna kill you.
What are we gonna call this episode?
We're gonna call this the finale.
Don't name it the finale, please. Name it,
End of season 1.
The ass blasters.
End of chapter 1.
Alright, anyway, I think that's the end of the podcast. Thank you all for listening. Remember, we are _podcast 420 on Twitter, the podcast _420 on Instagram.
No, isn't it the _podcast 420 on Instagram?
No.
The underscore switches depending on
You know
which
what?
one you're on.
It's one of them. Just try it out. You'll figure it out.
No.
You can find our stuff on YouTube and SoundCloud, where we're both called The Podcast. And,
the podcast _420.
yeah, you can contact me.
Instagram.
You can contact us at thepodcast420@gmail.com. You can contact me at milodefrisco@gmail.com. And don't contact Josue. Thank you all for listening. See you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.